I just knew I'd find you in here. When I heard that they'd arrested your parents, I had a feeling you'd end up in prison along with them. You're such a mama's boy. This place is full of senators. Unfortunately, it's also positively crawling with mercenaries. I'm just lucky I found you. Nah, didn't you hear? They dissolved the parliament, then remade it packed with their own supporters. The cult is consolidating its hold on power. I'm sure it's nothing personal. Yeah, long story. We'd better go meet up with the others, or else we'll have the entire prison guard crawling up our backs. Yeah, I think the way back should be clear. How do you know? Wow. I knew you had the gift, but I didn't know you had the sight as well. Do me a favor. These hallways are pretty dark. Can you guide me if we run into any enemies? Just do that thing where you speak to me in my head. Great. Let's get out of here. Hard to say. They've purged the guard of all non-cultists, so maybe this was the best they could do. Regardless, we better go meet up with the others before they have the entire prison guard crawling up our backs. Can we talk about this later? The others are waiting for us. Hey, are you all right? What's the matter? That's the first time you've ever killed someone, huh? Yeah, that's hard. Not always. It gets easier, but it's never easy. And it shouldn't ever feel easy. Believe me, if it didn't feel bad, there would be something seriously wrong with you. Remember, though, that wasn't your fault. He attacked us. Are you sure you're okay? Okay, good. So, I take it you haven't led anyone in battle before, huh? Right, I figured. I don't remember you ever doing any military work. Here's a tip. I can take more hits than you can, even with your fancy mind bubble thing. Yeah, that thing. Anyway, you should keep me out in front so I can take hits from the enemy. If I start looking like I'm in bad shape, though, use your mind shield on me so I can keep going. I didn't break you out of jail just so I could end up dead. Good. And you don't have to attack anyone if you don't want to. I can handle it. Really. Just keep me shielded if I get hurt. No, unfortunately. I did find my friend, but his parents were not being kept nearby. Not to worry. I have a feeling that he will be just as helpful to our cause. Rahel, you're a tactician. Show some tact. Duvalier here has the gift for one thing, but more importantly, he has the sight. He could be a real help to us in battle. That's enough. You gave up your command of this group. Unless you want it back, you're going to have to listen to my orders. Besides, you of all people should appreciate the significance of being able to instantly see and react to everything that's happening on the battlefield. All right, here's the deal. I somehow ended up in command of the People's Resistance of Ravenal a few weeks ago. It's a long story that I'll tell you later, but time is short. Basically, we really need your help. Please don't take Rahel's comments personally. She's not always easy to get along with. I want you to use your gifts to help us overthrow the cult. You don't necessarily have to fight. Just direct us with your gift. Use the sight to keep track of what's happening on the battlefield. Keep everyone safe and guide us to victory. That's all I ask. Don't worry. You can learn as you go. Besides, you already know the basics. Keep me out front and use Mind Shield on me if I get hurt. Keep Rahel further away from the enemy and have her shower them with arrows. Just make sure no one gets killed. Each of us has only got one life, and when it's gone, it's gone. Not to be too blunt here, but what else are you going to do? The cult has imprisoned your parents and confiscated your family's land, wealth, and title. People with the gift are outlaws now. We're sharing the same tent. There is no life for us here as long as the cult remains in power. So you'll do it. Ha! I knew I could count on you. Let's get out of here. Set. Arm on. Did you find Boz? Good. Fife was starting to get nervous. A local merchant, sympathetic to our cause. We've been using one of his warehouses as a base, but he's concerned about being discovered. A very wealthy man who hates the cult as much as we do. Duvalier. He's an old friend of mine, but more importantly, he's trained in the gift. I'm having him take over as tactician. Yes, he's their son, I've known him practically my whole life. Rahel unfortunately didn't make it. I'm having Duvalier take over as tactician. Agreed. There'll be plenty of time for that once we get to Boz's place. Armand, have you scouted us an escape route? Yes, he does. All right. Just remember what I told you, and this will go just fine. Be careful. Those are trained guardsmen. Those guys hit back. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? Let's talk about something else. They're fine, I'm sure. Yeah. Look, I don't talk to them anymore. I don't think you know how lucky you are. Your parents know about your gift, and they accept it, support it even. You know what my parents did when they found out I was gifted? They pretended to forget, first of all. They still won't admit to themselves that I have the gift. They're so scared that their friends will find out. I know. They think it will ruin their legacy somehow if it comes out that their son has the gift. Besides, why did you think they signed me up for the guard? No, they're just embarrassed. They think it will ruin their legacy somehow if it comes out that their son has the gift. Besides, why did you think they signed me up for the guard? Yeah, well, the guard is notorious for being filled with cultists. I've known of soldiers who got beaten for openly admitting that they had the gift. The commanders just turn a blind eye. No, they're not that brazen. They just show up at your bedside in the middle of the night, drag you out of the barracks, and kick the sand out of you in an alley. They even have a nickname for where they do it. Repentance Alley. That's how they talk about gifted soldiers. They say, he's going on a trip to Repentance Alley. No, I don't think so. I think they just figured it would set me straight. Not really. It did convince me never to talk to them again, though. Well, it wasn't Repentance Alley. I hid the gift pretty well, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. It was when I started hearing people talk about claiming the government for God that I started getting nervous. Give me a little credit. I may not be you, but I have the gift too, you know. Anyway, the fact that I had to bust your butt out of jail should tell you everything you need to know. There was a coup, Duvalier. There is still a Senate, but it's meaningless. If you try to run for a seat and you're not a hand-picked cultist, they arrest you. Why did you think they threw your parents in jail? We all were. We all were. No one wanted to see it happening, so no one did. I told you, I don't want to talk about them anymore. They think their God does, but heck, if I can find anything in the icon that says this is okay. Well, first things first. We need a new hideout. We were staying in the warehouse of a local merchant named Fife, but he started to become paranoid that the cult would find us there and imprison him. Baz is willing to let us stay here, but he wants to talk to you first. The one and only. Baz is in the back. Just go ahead and talk to him. He's the richest man in Ravenal. He's also arrogant and stubborn to a fault. My guess is he offended the cult somehow and ended up in prison. Anyway, he'll never forgive them. He's angry enough to be helping us, but he wants one last favor before he lets us use the building as a base. Our top priority is getting a new hideout. You talked to Baz, didn't you? Well, whatever he said we needed to do, that's our next move. Once we've satisfied him, we can move on to our next task. I could be wrong, but I think it's down the stairs by Rahel. Now that we have a headquarters, we can start acting to undermine the cult. I think our best choice is to raid work sites in the center of the city. According to reports I've received from sympathizers in the community, the cult has taken to using forced labor from the prisons. We're mostly talking about innocent civilians who were accused of having the gift. If we can free them, it may prove a substantial source of support for us. Well, we'd have to find some place where they could escape to safety. This place might be able to hold a few dozen, but it would be hard to get enough supplies in here without attracting suspicion. We need somewhere outside the city. If only we could strike up an alliance with some of the desert clans. I think we should visit the Marid and the Rabat to discuss our, shared interests. It would be too risky at this point. We just hit that place not too long ago, and we barely escaped with our tails attached. The cult has probably got it crawling with guardsmen now. Don't worry. We'll get your mom and dad out of there. Just be patient. I'm not sure they would. They might just tell us that it's our problem, not theirs, and that we should get lost in a sandstorm. Then again, I doubt they're happy about all of the bandits who've sprouted up outside the city. Well, those bandits are really just hungry, angry, out-of-work guardsmen. I'm not sure of the exact circumstances, but I do know that General Dakar purged them all from the guard as a way to shore up loyalty in the wake of the coup. Well, we defeated those bandits for the Marid clan chief. Did you go back and speak to him about using the cave for our operations outside the city? Let's see. We've got a place where we can hide the people we've rescued and start to secretly train forces outside the city. Now we need to start actually rescuing people and recruiting soldiers. I think doing one will help the other. If you remember, the cult has taken to using forced labor from the prisons, civilians who've been accused, rightly or wrongly, of having the gift. Our top priority right now is to rescue them from the sites south of the docks where they're being forced to perform hard labor. We might need to train before we attempt this. There could be real guardsmen there this time, not just bandits. When you think we're ready, head south of the docks. We'll be right behind you. But first, we should set a rendezvous point, in case they need to run for it while we hold off the guards. Tell the captives you speak to that we're going to meet at Fawaz's Gorge. That should do it. We have to rescue your parents. But there isn't much time left before the execution, and I'm worried about the cult laying a trap for us. If only there was some way we could, misdirect them so we could slip in and out without a direct confrontation. The trainer, huh? Interesting. Well, we might as well try. Our new recruits aren't ready for battle yet, and even a failed attempt should create some confusion. All right, let me know when you're ready, and we'll move out. We don't have much time. We have little time to spare before they begin the execution. Are you ready to go? We're planning a night raid on Al Dakan, one of the smaller guard armories. It's just going to be the group of us. Rahel has a guard informant who's going to open the front gate for us. That way, we can rush in and dispatch the garrison station there before they have a chance to prepare. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll notify the informant. Actually, before we do, we need Rahel alive for this. She's the one most familiar with the layout of Al Dakan. Do me a favor and go and ask Luca to revive her. Who do you want to know about? Who do you want to know about? Oh, you know. Well, you're my buddy, so I won't lie to you. This is tough. Much tougher than I thought it would be. Everyone is counting on me, and I have to stay confident and positive for everyone's sake. But hell, I don't know what I'm doing. I wasn't trained for this, leading a rebellion. I'm just making it up as I go along. Thanks. You're a real font of support, buddy. Better watch out, ladies. We have a charmer here. Thanks. You know, I'm really glad you decided to join us. It's really nice having you around. And hey, I don't know why I haven't asked. How are you holding up? Yeah, well, don't worry. They'll be fine. You'll see. We won't let anything happen to them. I worry about that too. I worry that one of these days they're going to figure out where we're hiding. I've been considering moving the whole operation out to the desert. We'll see how things go. Good. I'm glad someone here is enjoying themselves. And you're good at it, too. Just keep winning us those battles. Oh, really? Hey, well, good luck. That's all I can say. Look, I can understand why you'd want to. I mean, she is pretty attractive, but right now I'd hold off. She was romantically involved with Dareem, the last leader of this group. Dakar killed him on the battlefield, in a duel. It was pretty painful to watch, let me tell you. Especially, I'm sure, for Rahel. She's in a pretty bad place over it, so I'd leave her alone for right now. You're a cold man, Duvalier. You're a cold man. What? You think this place is a dump? Good grief! You should have seen our last headquarters. I feel like I'm living in the lap of luxury here. Rats, for one thing. It was a warehouse, and all the food attracted rats and roaches. Oh, I can't stand bugs. I won't argue with you about that. The man's so uptight, it's a wonder he doesn't sleep standing up just to keep his bed sheets clean. But it's his place after all. Does who have a deal? You must be Malice. I heard you wanted to meet with me about funding our group. Yes. You're supposed to shake... Never mind. I see. Well, we can devote some men to protecting your shipments in exchange for funding, but I can't promise you a cut of the market. We're looking to restore the Parliament here, and they'll have the final say on matters like that. We may fight on behalf of the people, but only a democratically elected government has the right to bargain away natural resources on their behalf. Excuse me? Who said I wanted to seize power? I just want Ravenal to go back to being a democratic republic. I don't want to seize anything. Excuse me. What do you think? Okay. You know, I think I have an idea. All right. I'll accept your offer, under 2 conditions. First, the guaranteed cut of the market lasts only until the new Parliament has a chance to vote on it. And second, you prove your loyalty to our cause by fighting with us. I'm sorry, why is it that I can't be serious? Exactly. Wait, what? Well, that was strange.